Hey folks, what a view behind me. I'm at Blackpool Markets headquarters here in Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of views, you can get TradingView paid plans for free at Blackpool Markets, saving you up to $600 a year. Get either the Essential Plus or Premium plans absolutely free. All you need to do is trade from one lot a month at Blackpool Markets. And you can also get a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. All you need to do is click the Trading Nut link in the description below. Our sponsor Blue Guardian's the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation.
Good day, folks. Good day, good day. Just getting into charts for the today. Hope everybody's doing well. Put something in the comments. Let me know you're listening. My microphone's working. Actually, now that I think about it, the little system tells me that my microphone's working, so you don't have to do that. But let me know if you're trading, what you're trading, how's it going, what it's looking like, all that good stuff. Oh, that's weird. One second. Hawaiian Henry, welcome. One second, folks. Here. Okay, I am looking for some trades. I've been this week so far. I've been experimenting with TradingView, and so I haven't done any analysis yet on my charts in here. So I'm just going to go through and do what I normally do for analysis. Oh, let's see. Anyone trading gold? No, I don't trade gold. Wine, YN, Henry. We'll just go with Henry. That's a little easier for me. Nope, no gold. These guys are what I trade here. You can see a little upper left corner of each chart box is the thing. What am I trying to say? I'm all over the place, you guys. But I'll tell you what, I am over MetaTrader now that I've used TradingView for like 2 days. It's so superior. It's amazing. I use mainly the 5 and 1 minute chart for trading, but you can see here, well, maybe you can't see, actually, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm on a daily chart at the moment. And it's working down for analysis wise. So I just point out to myself, and today, since y'all's are here, point out the levels that I like to watch and see what they need. This is short-term low. I'm gonna go pretty quick, I think. If you have questions, pop them in there, and I'll try to get back to them. But I think I'm just gonna run through and do them all real quick. So just bear with me while I do that. Maybe I'm gonna put on some light music here. Let's see, background music. I think it's pop. I think. Let's try that. Let's see how it goes. No, I don't like that. Okay, there we go. I can deal with that. Okay, hourly. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and do. My printer's going, if you can hear that, sorry. Hopefully you can just hear the mad sweet, awesome beats I got going instead of the printer. That'd be ideal. No indicators, good sir, whoever that's asked that. Just levels, price levels, time of day, that sort of thing. Yeah, so no indicators, at least not right now. I've played with them in the past, lots, trying to make it work and trying to write algos and that sort of stuff. All right, so I'll use this level here as a location for a short. If it breaks down below, if it drops below and then pulls back into a fair value gap, then we get to go for a trade there for short. And moving on, NDX, often similar to S&P. Dun, 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 dun. That's what we need to gap. That gap hasn't been touched yet. I don't think we're gonna get down there today. I don't know that. No, I didn't see on the other guys a new week gap. Is there? See Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. 2-9, 2-12. Not much. New week opening gap. This little guy here. Moving away from that. Let's see if I missed it here too. Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. It's pretty similar, pretty small. How you guys doing today? Is it a good day? A good night for you, depending on where you're at? Wait a second, let's go down. Don't. So S&P's already broken that same kind of structure level. So that's cool. With this here being arrayed, liquidity increases the success of the trade. No, not necessarily support and resistance. I trade in using ICT concepts, or at least I try. So no trend lines, just levels of key levels based on trying to learn how to use the idea of a premium discount array. which I can talk about more if it shows up a little bit better. This actually looks good to trade. I'm gonna get ready for this one because it's right there. It's already doing its pullback and everything. So so premium discount array. Let's see how we can do this. So everything in the upper half of a, what did I just do? I just placed an order. There we go. Let's call this, let's do a light pink. There we go. So upper half of a move with displacement. That's what we'll call it. Is there a light green color here? There we go. Pale green. Okay, so green box is what's considered a discount. Pink box is what's considered a premium. So you want to be shorting within the pink box, and if your bias is to look for a short, and vice versa if you're looking for a long. So within that, here on the 1 minute chart, I would look for a fair value gap within that premium array, which is right here. Happens to be right above the 50% mark. Fair value gap. You can see the 3 candle pattern. Let me get a little closer. So the gap between this low, skip a candle, and this high. So there's this whole section that's not been balanced. And so that's what I use for entry, right about the middle of it. I'm gonna put in a short order there. Blue line is entry. Red line is where my stop goes, plus spread. First target is a 1R. Pay the trader target. You can see it's right down here. Well, it's kind of hard to see actually, but it's this lower dotted line. Using the framework of this liquidity area up in this area as being rated and stolen, meaning market makers pushed up price, took liquidity before moving lower, which is what we see here. So it took that and broke liquidity, or and broke structure to the downside. So it's a nice little setup, we'll call it. But now I'm gonna get rid of some of this just because it's making my eyes hurt. All right, so there's that. Liquidity is tomato colored. This TradingView has drawing templates. It's so cool. So you can just save a style and then apply it. Text, color, shading, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. So I'm just playing around with the free version right now, so I can't really do multi-chart stuff right now. So all right, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going to just set an alert so I can come check on this if it gets triggered, and then move on. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, so what do we see here? It's an old level, short-term low. 2 short-term lows. You can see one over here, one over here. This one's actually intermediate-term low. That one paused for a moment before coming back down. Where's the next one here? Whoa, that's loud. Let's see. Yep, I got it triggered in there on the uptick. It's kind of nice when it's on the up because it's higher. I get to sell short higher than my entry, which is neato. Gotta get rid of that alert though. That was super loud. All right, let's see. I'm gonna turn music off. So this is where we get to see if that idea works out. I'll put a stop label up there just so future reference I can. What can I do? Oh, when I'm doing the evaluate, like a review stuff, I can see where my stop was. It's a little cleaner than leaving the big fat red lines on there. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to checking out the rest of this junk here. So I don't think we're gonna be up here anytime really soon. What are we on? Euro USD. It's a gap forming. What do we got down low? There's one there I can take a look at. Could be this week. That's kind of next area of interest below current price after that short-term low. So that's cool. That's cool. That's good. Here we go. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. See if there's a new week gap. Looks like there is a pretty big one on this chart. New week open gap and WOG white. Let's take that out a little bit. 216. There we go. So that's the difference between last week's close and this week's open price. Nishit, did I answer your question? Was that helpful? Or would you like to ask like any sort of clarifying question? I'm game for, so shoot me a question if you got it. Jeez, these moves yesterday were burly, 86 pips. Whew. Dude, this one, that extension just kind of, I gotta wait on anything here. It's in this kind of in this range. Top of range. Bottom of range. I'll be right back. I gotta run this print down. Stay. Back in action. Sorry about that. Wyan, which are you talking about? This white gap up here? This one? Two. Oh, you can't see that. do a quick check-in. NASDAQ trade. Look at that. Got a little bit of a down move, not quite to first target. I'm going to zoom out a little bit to see what this looks like here. Yeah, I actually like it. Second target's right at the low day yesterday. I'm just going to leave that where it's at. Oh, liquidity. Look at that. Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome, Douglas. Wyan, if you're still there, let me know which gap you're looking at, because I'm not sure. I stepped away for a moment. This is liquidity. Nice. Put it right down in there. All right. So there we go. It's nice. I feel like I don't often get trades that move quickly down towards where I want them to go. I feel like a lot of my choices get right like when it wants to start chopping around. So, which is one of the reasons I like the lot bigger stop. Like I'm not. I used to have really small stops, and it would just my entries weren't quite right, and so it would, then leave me looking. Oh yeah, I'm just leaving that one. I'm gonna move on. Here we go. Let's see if there's anything. Whoa. Chilito lit. Just my notes from earlier. Irving FX. You need to have a team. Is that kind of what you're talking about? Team to run a prop firm challenge? You better know that person pretty well. If you're gonna trust them to do a challenge together. Be kind of a bummer to do a bunch of hard work and then have your trading partner wipe your account or something. That would be lame. La la dum. Just need assistance. I see. Okay. You're looking for help. The only thing is I mean, unless you're actually learning as you go, if you're having somebody do it with you and giving you assistance, you have to be learning the whole time. Otherwise, when they're done giving you assistance, you're just gonna flop. And I'll say I'm personally probably try to do too much on my own without assistance, and it's not necessarily a helpful thing in my trading career. Yeah, not a great thing here necessarily. Okay, that gives me a couple levels. Kind of wonder about this little topper here. Just have that highlighted there. Let's see. New week gap, where you at? There you are. What's going on here? This one's reaching. Probably won't do anything here unless it gets down into this area. This is a 1 hour order block. Sky blue. That's good for now. Irving, you could get a job even while you're in school. That would work, wouldn't it? And you could pay the how much is a $100,000 account? What is it? A few $100 or something. You could go deliver pizzas or something applicable depending on where you're living. Seems reasonable. Here's UCAD. Let's see what to think. What do I think? Anything noteworthy? Probably won't need to get in there. Gotcha. Tricky. Maybe you can count it as a blessing that you can't get in on a prop count. You can just practice and practice and practice and practice and get really good. So as soon as you get out, you can spend your time trading after all that practice. That could work. That could work. This extension from yesterday's news drop just kind of throws a lot off for me. I can't feel good about getting in. When this extension is still just left unopened, like it could create momentum and power to the tall side upside. But for me, I'd like to see it get down into that discount portion of the array. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna move on. Oops, yeah, GU, there we go. GU had a trade on. I don't think it did much. I think it got 1R and then break even, I think, on that one, yeah. One exit, then break even, yeah. Wouldn't have made it through that big move. My original stop was here. So you can see it would have just stopped out. So after first exit, I moved it down. So anyway, what do we got going on here? Anything noteworthy here? Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Some lows. Previous low. And a little bit of liquidity there. Lots of little stops along the way here. Already rated at. Call that a raid. See that on a 1 hour chart, and you'll see it just blasted out above, but then dumped out below. That's kind of the same concept as a higher time frame version of the same concept I took the trade on for NASDAQ. But if you get in here and you look at this guy, and then so typically I would be looking more like on this time frame, and I probably would have. Oh, that's actually the trade I did take. Is this? So raid, dump, break of structure, pull back, and then go. And it was a little soon for a bigger move, so that's why I got stopped out on that one. Okie dokie. What else is going on, folks? Anyone in any trades right now? Any trades? Is there a new week gap here? New week gap, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, look at that. New week gap along with the volume imbalance. First 3 candles of the week. The first 2. And walk white. Go. Volume imbalance in there. We'll move up. I could potentially, like this range is a little more doable, it looks like. Look at this range here. So looking for a trade somewhere in that fair value gap, 15. Da, 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 da. Carlos, what's going on? I'll get a full read of your comment there, your question. Just a sec. All right. So that looks pretty good. It's fair value gap is using that whole area, that kind of ideal location that I see for short. So the thing that I look for too is the 5s and 15s. I look for to get to the bigger picture fair value gap, kind of that part of the PD array. And so once it's up there, then I look for structure shift before getting in. So Y on your back, fair value gap that was highlighted in white. I think that was this guy here. And the white ones are actually not fair value gaps, but either a volume imbalance, which is a gap between bodies, or in this case, it's a new week opening gap. So let's see. I do it on the 1 hour chart. It's pretty easy to see. So it's last week close here, this red candle. Let's see. I think that's big enough for you guys to see. And then new week open. So you can see there's a difference. It closed here and then opened down here. And so there's that gap. And so 2023 ICT mentorship starts talking about that and how that's kind of a draw. Price likes to hang out in that area and use it. You can see came up, came down, came up to the top, came out, came up to the top, and then smashed away. So could foreseeably see price wanting to pull back towards that. I don't know with this big news candle if it will, or reality, if in reality it'll get all that way up there, but I could see it coming into this order block here, which is also pretty far up, but I'm gonna actually take that upper part off, just do the lower candle like that. So that's a pretty tall order to try to get. Mouse is dying, I think so. My line stopped. You know, you can see 50% is here. It's got a ways to go, so maybe, you know, maybe Friday we might be back up there, but I think with this momentum, it's probably maybe best case scenario gets back to 50% retracement and then moves back down. So hope that answers the question. Let's see, Carlos, market charts, but no explanation of why or how you see the charts. Understand the tools and the steps. Can you elaborate? Yeah, Carlos, cool. I appreciate the question. So where was I? I think I was here. I think what I'll do is I'll elaborate on the next one. Just a sec. Just checking it. Oh, look at that. We're already in drawdown again, or I'm in drawdown on this one. Came back up. Came back up. So what I'll look for is a move below this structure here. I haven't forgotten, Carlos, just a second. All right, we'll see what happens there. I'm I'm by no means a professional trader, so and so I hear that even professional traders take losses. So see how that goes. Okay, so Carlos, starting at the daily chart, I just look for key levels, areas of liquidity, areas of imbalance. I'll start with liquidity. So liquidity, at least for me on the daily chart, I just mark out pretty quickly with a horizontal line. So liquidity meaning some place where when you look at the structure of a chart, typical logic will say to put your stop there. So let's see, like right here, like that was a place of, as price maybe moved down, people were thinking, okay, there's two tops in here. There's the top of this wick and there's the top of this wick. That means it's a double top, it's resistance, nothing's going to be able to get through that. And so they put their stop there into kind of like somewhere, maybe somewhere like that, somewhere above there, with a few pips, depending on the time frame. So there's, they've got stops up there. The market making algorithm sees that as an opportunity to add more to a short position and uses that, like you think about it like a price magnet. That's the kind of the concept. So as price is moving down here, you can see that as an opportunity for a pull on price, especially that's kind of nice. Actually, you can see the top of this candle right here is the part of a fair value gap on the daily chart. So fair value gap is an area of imbalance, like this. And other than this open candle, which sometimes spazzes out, this is a really good example of how price wanted to come down and balance out this imbalance range. So this whole tan box comes from the high of this candle, this big long body, and then the low of this candle. You can see it. So there's nothing in between. Price just kind of shifted through there. And so in order to feel balanced, price comes back down, fills it up, balances it out, then shoots up for that liquidity. That's the kind of the general concept. So that's how I see the charts. I'm learning from ICT and the YouTube mentorships that he's put tons of time and effort into. And I'm still a student myself, still learning, still growing, still trying to become a consistently profitable trader. So keep all that in mind as you listen to my thoughts. So I'm gonna move that off the chart because that will take up everything on a lower time frame. But hopefully that helps a little bit. So what I do then is I'll move down into, here's a 1 hour chart. Dude, I'm just looking at, look at that. I stopped out. I had a trade yesterday. Forgot about this one. Stopped out, and then look, it just dumps. And you can, yeah, well. Okay, new week opening gap. So new week opening gap is the, let's see, where's this one here? So the close to the open last week's Friday, or last session of last week, to the opening price this week. New week opening gap and log. I make it white. That's kind of an area of draw as well. Not necessarily liquidity, but just as a pool, kind of a place to come back to often. And you can see there's a gap in the daily, the reset from the Sunday to Monday, or Monday, Tuesday, and then even from last night to yesterday to today, there's gaps as well. So lots of imbalances, so to speak. So price wants to balance and it wants to look for liquidity, it wants to soak up orders. I'm going to drop down to the 15. So this is, I'll highlight the gap here. This is just a daily opening gap, and price used that as a rejection location there. So I wouldn't take that as a trade, but in this little section, you could look for an opportunity, and let's see what it looks like. So this is that same section on the 1 minute chart. So it come up, came down, fell out. Like I don't think I would necessarily take this. Maybe here, so you can see. Gotta get a little bit closer. A little bit hard to see. So technically, I'm not there yet. I wouldn't take this trade, but there's a small fair value gap in here. And you can see as price broke this level of structure, it left a gap. Right in the midst of that break. Came back up, balanced it out, and dumped. Again, I said I would not take that trade. I'm still learning and growing in confidence on those small scale structure breaks, but you can see the bigger picture as you look here. Came back up, filled in that balance from the opening gap, came down, up into the gap one more time, broke structure, came back up and filled the imbalance. Would have been a pretty rad trade, but you know, that's just my hindsight. That's just, I do that so that I can learn and grow for next time. Wouldn't pretend to say that I could trade that, just like I said just now. Check in on my trade. Okay, new level of structure to break for continuation. This is a 1 minute chart, NASDAQ 100 index. Depending on if it breaks and what this looks like, I may consider adding. I'm still in the we'll call the premium section of the trade. I'll highlight that again, just since there are some more specific questions. Let's do that. Light pink. Let's see. Time to wake up my son. Do that in just a moment. So that is the premium, the pink, and that is the discount. So if there's opportunity, the idea is that if there's opportunity in the premium and it's hanging out there and you have an idea that the price wants to go down, that's when you can add. Once it gets down into the discount portion of things, it's no longer adding opportunity. So if it leaves a gap as it breaks down below, if it pushes down with some strength, leaves a gap, and then comes back up near the same entry, then I may consider adding. I'm trying to be more bold with the some of the trades I take. So, but we'll see. We'll see if it even happens. We just finished GJ. GJ, I don't really have anything I'm gonna trade. It's the same kind of thing. These big drops and moves, I just kind of generally just wait for a while. So let's move on. I'll do another daily top down here. Look for, again, areas of imbalance. and areas of liquidity draw. So you can see there's a handful of each in this little bit. I'm going to leave that up. You can just look at it. And if you're new and you're kind of curious, you can look to see if you find any of those spots that are imbalances and or areas of liquidity. I'll be right back. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to highlight this guy here because it was used. It came up to rebalance in the daily chart. I see one that's not been used up here. So let's drag that one out far enough to have it be a little bit applicable down the road. I don't think that that's anytime soon, but leave it up there nonetheless. So there's a long-term high up here. Again, pretty far away for this week. This old high here. Oops. What's the next low down here? That could be a spot. This one's even better. So there's a few different areas there, and you can looking left, you can see the imbalance. That we're entering into right now. You can see price kind of quickly came in and started to balance that out, but you usually want to see half of it at least be rebalanced. So looking a little bit further, we talked about volume imbalance, big gaps in the bodies right there. So that happened to be right below where price is at now. I think that's enough for the daily chart, just because it's going to take up tons of space. You can see that it's kind of blue at this point when they overlap, but the idea being that could be an area of draw. Oh man, I gotta change my mouse battery. It drives me nuts. Oh, there it goes again. It's not letting me drag. Let's go. There we go. I got it. So I just use the fib tool mostly for that kind of premium discount. You're right here in the middle is a 50%. This is kind of my ideal range to look for an entry reason. You can actually, let me go back to the hourly chart. This is the bottom. This is the 1 hour order block. Order block being this string of green candles before a big move down, leaving a gap in its wake. So not just any string of green candles, but this one that specifically shows gap territory. So since this whole thing, this whole range is a gap from up to down here, then that creates a valid order block. So the order block on the 5-minute chart would look more like this. So it's a little bit smaller because you have this with the red close here. Again, I think like I was in most of these this week or this day at least. Well, no, this was yesterday. Big moves. You gotta wait a little bit longer. I'm not convinced that it's gonna go down until at least gets to 50% of the pullback. So let's see. I was gonna leave that one closed. I don't have anything going there. Oh, I stopped out. Bummer. Oh well. So stopped out as it moved up through here. Didn't work. And actually, it's about right. I'm coming up on the end of my time for today. I gotta get moving on with the rest of the day. So now, what I'm gonna actually look for here. Let's see in 5 minutes. No, I'm gonna remain bearish on this. Actually, I was thinking I might switch to bullish, but looking at this bigger picture, premium discount array. Let's see, we just didn't quite make it to the top of this thing. So if there's now a structure shift, and I can use this same level actually. If there's a shift past that, then I'll look short again. And see how it goes. So that's that. So pretty much waiting on most of these. I'm not gonna look for anything. What happened there? There we go. Some potential trade opportunities, just not not yet. That's all I was trying to say. Sorry, I was yawning. All right, folks. I'm gonna get out of here for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the questions. I like to respond rather than just mumble about what I'm thinking. So appreciate it. One trade down, lost today. I'm not going to be live streaming, but I'll be coming back for the PM session. I'm usually watching anyway. I work on my computer, so. All right, cool. Well, with that, folks, have a good rest of your day, your afternoon, your evening, whatever it is. Irving, good luck at school, private school. Learn lots. Practice trading if you can't get money for it, and keep going. You guys all have a good day. Farewell.